Hello everyone, welcome to Zen PC. In today's video, Ryzen 9000 Computex 2024 highlights, release of the 9950X, performance, and more. Also, X670 and X670E boards won't release in the launch in July. Stay tuned to find out more. Right off the bat here, I want to drop all the specs of the 9000 series for you guys in an easy to digest format. On the left side, you have the names. I also put the 7000 series right below each variation of the 9000 series. For cores, we're going to stay the same all the way around, also with threads. Now, a lot of the time in the past generations, what they've done is they've increased the cores to make up the lack of the IPC increase. This time, we're getting a 16% IPC increase. The 7000 series, the last time they had done 8 to 10 versus the 5000. So we're doubling that IPC increase versus the 7000 series there. We're getting a 16%, so that's good to see. On the boost clocks, which it's overall pretty much the same. We do get a slight variation once we get to the 9700X and the 7700X. We're seeing 5.5 versus 5.4, and we're seeing 5.4 versus 5.3, that favoring towards the 96 and 9700X. Now, base clocks, they're a little bit lower. Most of the time, you're going to be hitting that boost clock anyways, as long as you have an adequate cooling solution. So that's not going to be affecting your performance too much there. Another really cool thing is the TDP. They actually, on the 97 and 9600X and the 9900X, they have that TDP lowered substantially. So that's good to see there, especially considering in the market, well, looking at you, Intel, we're getting these super power hungry chips that are, thermothrottling unless they're underneath anything but the best cooling solutions available. So we're going from 105 to 65, and we're going from 170 to 120 on the 9900X. So that's great news there. I like to see it trending in that direction. Now I want to go into some Computex footage.
Much more performance for every clock cycle. We also designed Zen 5 with a wider CPU engine and instruction window to run more instructions in parallel for leadership compute throughput and efficiency. As a result, compared to Zen 4, we get double the instruction bandwidth, double the data bandwidth between the cache and floating point unit, and performance with full AVX 512 throughput. All of this comes together in the product in Ryzen 9000 series.
So on Ryzen 5000 versus 7000 on Computex 2022, they were stating that they're getting, 8%, 8 to 10%. This time around, they're stating 16%. So we're getting double the IPC uplift that we were last gen there with the last CPUs. So that's really exciting to see, ultimately. It looks like our Cinebench is getting plus 17% versus the 7950X. We have to presume that's what they're comparing these two, 9950X to 7950X. I'm sure that's the case. Far Cry, we're getting 10% more FPS, it says. League of Legends 21. Now, these are obviously going to be cherry-picked. Not every game is going to get that. But, I mean, if that gives us an idea, there is going to be a decent gaming uplift there. Obviously, going to be title dependent as well.
And we're delivering an average of 16% higher IPC across a broad range of application benchmarks and games compared to Zen 4. So now, let me show you the top of the line Ryzen 9 9950X for the very first time. There you go. We have 16 Zen 5 cores, 32 threads, up to 5.67 gigahertz boost, a large 80 megabyte cache at 170 watt TDP. This is the fastest consumer CPU in the world.
Now, yet again, there's a little bit more into that. So that just goes to show you everything, all these specs they were showing, that is the 9950X. They said, now let me show you 9950X.
Thank you. Okay, so let's take a look at some of the performance. So when you compare it to the competition, the 9950X delivers significantly more compute performance across a broad suite of content creation software. In some of them, you actually see like Blender that take advantage of the AVX 512 instruction throughput. We're actually seeing up to 56% faster than the competition. And in 1080p gaming, we know all of our fans love gaming. The 9950X delivers best-in-class.
Now that's crazy, right? So we saw in gaming, I'm not going to say that Intel won out in everything. I mean, in gaming, there was already some better performance there with especially some of the X3D CPUs, which they're not going to be comparing to here. But in Blender to take 56%, that's freaking insane, man, because they were losing by 2%. And now all of a sudden they're 56% ahead. That is leaps and bounds over the 7950X, what that was doing, man. That's 58% right there. That's incredible, man. I'm really excited about that. I can't believe they were able to pull that off, along with that IPC uplift, architectural changes and stuff. Their productivity performance went through the roof, which that's mainly where they were struggling in the past. So they might just be top dog even once the new Intel CPUs release here. They're still getting more gaming performance. They weren't really struggling there against Intel. But now with the productivity performance boost, they're going to be top dog. I mean, it's for all around. People say, get AMD for gaming, get Intel for productivity. I don't think that's the case anymore.
Gaming performance across a wide range of popular games. Now, with desktops, we know that enthusiasts want to have an infrastructure that let you upgrade across multiple product generations. And with Ryzen, we've done just that. Our original Ryzen platform, Socket AM4, launched in 2016. And now we're approaching the 9th year, and we have 145 CPUs and APUs across 11 different product families in Socket AM4. And we're actually still launching new products. We actually have a few Ryzen 5000 CPUs that are coming next month. And we're taking this exact same strategy with Socket AM5, which we now plan on supporting through 2027 and beyond. So you're going to see AM5 processors from us for many, many years to come. Now, in addition to the top of the stack Ryzen 9950X, we're
Okay, so if you think about that, how many CPUs has Intel released since they've been still supporting that socket? Since 2016, they said. Intel releases, a refresh, and then they do a new one. That's 2, 4, at least, 4 different sockets from Intel in that time. 3, 4 sockets. Let me know in the comments. I'm not positive on that. I'd have to, calculate that. But that's insane to be able to support a CPU and release something in 2024 on a 2016 socket. And then on top of that, they did say 2015 for current socket. Now they're saying 2017 and beyond. So, I mean, it's probably going to change again. If I had to guess, they're probably going to keep supporting it after that. That's a big deal, man, because I got my motherboard when it first came out. That's why I went with AMD, because I said, look, I'll be able to upgrade and upgrade and upgrade. I won't be stuck and have to buy a new motherboard, go through the hassle of everything. That's a big, big selling point for AMD.
Also announcing the 12, 8, and 6-core versions that will bring the leadership performance of Zen 5 to mainstream price points. And all of these go on sale in July. So now let's shift gears.
And now X870 and X870E boards will reportedly come after the launch of the processors. In fact, they're not expected until the end of 2024. They said after some discussion with some manufacturers, the new models of boards won't offer many significant improvements, mainly higher memory clock, USB-C, USB 4, and better memory support, hopefully rivaling Intel. Last gen had a little bit of issues keeping up with Intel's memory speeds. Also, there's been several rumors of benchmarks of the 9950X and some other models. However, most were just comparing certain game benchmarks that were shown at Computex and settings that could not be replicated accurately. Once we have more information on that, expect to see more videos.